So, Natasha Cloud is a player who was very vocal through the entire draft process. She was a very, very vocal player, and she is somebody that people kind of know of. Actually, was the third highest jersey sales in Rivals, which was kind of crazy as well. But yeah, it is. You would expect Natasha Cloud to have been signed somewhere, like a not terrible point guard. However, Natasha Cloud not only has signed nowhere, but she currently fired her agent. Natasha Cloud switched agents yesterday and now be represented by Fabio Jardine. She currently got rid of her agent. And the crazy thing is that teams don't really have money anymore, especially for guards. Training camps in 5 days. She must have been getting low ball offers. The New York Liberty have already replaced her. They've already brought in Polly Nastia with the expectation of her coming over to be Sabrina's backup. They've already brought in like a lot of players, like teams that have money. The only team that has money is the Washington Mystics, and I don't know if she wants to go back there. She obviously played with the Washington Mystics, won a title there. I don't know if she wants to go back to Washington. The Fever have no money. The Valks, I don't think have any money. Oh no, the Valks have a bit of money. Maybe the Valks want her, but they just pretty much maxed out. What's her name? The Veronica Burton. And Cloud has now all of a sudden is now in a situation where she might not make above like $500K a year unless she wants to go to Portland or Washington, who are trying to lose. And I don't know how much interest Portland and Washington have in bringing in Natasha Howard because they're both trying to lose. The Washington Mystics had 5 or 6 picks in the draft. None of them can shoot. They drafted 6 non-shooters. They have 1 player on their roster that can shoot the ball, and it's Sonia Citron. They have 0 players that can create their own shot. Like, I don't think people understand how bad the Washington Mystics are going to be. Like, they want Juju, and they won enough games last year to get. They're hopefully getting the second best odds for Juju because the Portland Fire might lose 40 games. The Mystics are trying to win less than 10 games. So, the only teams that have money, won't want her because they want to lose games. Unless, of course, this is not a knock on Tash Cloud because I think she's a decent enough player. You have got now the you've got the advanced stats, which basically say she sucks. The advanced stats will tell you that Natasha Cloud is one of the least impactful players in the WNBA. So maybe there are some advanced stats merchants in in Portland or Washington that are like, you know what? Like, she's going to put up numbers, but we're going to stink. We're going to absolutely stink, so let's bring her in. So maybe Portland bring her in, but we're at the stage now where there's very little money. There's very little money left for her. I wonder what Emma Messman's going to do. Because, the assumption is that Benijah Laney-Hamilton is going to be signing for the New York Liberty. That is the assumption, that BLH is going to be signing for the New York Liberty. But, the Valks, I don't think have money for her. The Valks would be a decent slot. I don't think they've got more than 700K to pay her. Maybe, and that's a max. That's the max that I think they have. The Lynx don't have the money, even though the Lynx would be an ideal slot for her. In fact, the Lynx haven't paid Nafisa Collier. So if Fee's out for the year, they might go and they might send her to the Lynx. For me, that's kind of the hope for her. Unless Nafisa Collier is out for the year, the Lynx don't have the money. The what you call it. But there's a lot of point guards left. There is a lot of point guards left in this situation. And then if you're the Valks, you have to take into account that, like, who's better, Natasha Cloud or Tiffany Hayes, to give that money to? And I would say Tiffany Hayes. I'd say Tiffany Hayes. You're looking now at a lot of these free agents, guards coming in, and they're getting paid very little money. Like, I don't think she's that much better than Ty Harris. I think she's better. I don't think she's that much better than Ty Harris. That being said, Ty Harris is getting paid $400K unprotected. You've now got a player in Natasha Cloud who's probably going to want minimum $800K. And the Valks have money to pay her, sure. But Tip Hayes is a better player than Natasha Cloud. I don't like saying this, but like, Tip Hayes is a better player than Natasha Cloud, and the Valks have the money. Like, it realistically is only like the Portland Fire and the Mystics that can afford her, and the Portland, or they can give her money that she wants. So she could take the buggy deal. She could sign for the fucking Aces, you know. She could sign back for the Liberty on the minimum. Like, there's a world where Natasha Cloud has to take the minimum. That she's overplayed her hand and has to take the minimum. And it was funny because Natasha Cloud was talking about herself like she was this mid-level, she was like, you know, the WNBA mid-level players. And I literally said, I was like, if she was on a max contract, she's a player that, like, the WNBA players voted her higher than Caitlin Clark in All-Star voting last year. So I was like, there is no way in hell that, there's no way in hell that Natasha Cloud is in that quote-unquote lower to mid-level players. Turns out she might be on a fucking minimum. Like, we're now at a situation where she might actually be at the minimum. And with that being the case, it gets really, really tough to for her agent to do anything. And it's like she either gets paid a little bit more and doesn't win. And I don't even think those teams are looking for her because she might be too good. She might be too good for two teams blatantly tanking, by the way. Blatantly tanking. And to win, there is no team, unless Nafisa Collier gets injured, there's no team with any money, like with more than a couple of $100K that's trying to win, other than the Valks. And I don't see the Valks taking her over Tiffany Hayes, who's the better player. Especially better for what they need, because they're going to start Veronica Burton a point. And then they have Juste Jacite coming in as a point guard in a couple of months, or in after about 10 games. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is pretty much it. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.